from the cold medicine. Welcome to the I.O. Theater, formerly known as the Improv Olympic, until the International Olympic Committee sued the place. There are a lot of people in here, my lord. You have two waitresses tonight. You've got Yassi and you've got Brittany, right? Yeah, it was great when we had Brittany Ann Payton in here, because then I could make a joke about Brittany Payton, who's the daughter of the greatest running back in history, and then we could segue into other things, but I can't. But feel free to order drinks from them. I don't know what the specials are. Every drink is special. But don't feel forced to drink. But if you do drink, enjoy yourself, and remember that traditionally in Chicago we tip anywhere from 69 to 420%, even if you just had water. Ladies and gentlemen, and all others, please welcome in the light booth, Junella Carla Gabriel. I apologize, I've been a little under the weather, but this is the 40th original production that I have directed in the last 10 years, and it is the last one. No. Yes, no. Yes, I've said that 3 times, but this is the 3rd time, and that's it. Tom and I first worked together in a show in 2014 called Vision Quest. And we are working together again, and I'm very excited for that. Tom is a tremendous performer who you may have already heard of. This room, we're in the Jason Chin Theater. Jason Chin, 21 years ago, put me in my first show here, and 5 years ago put Tom in his first show. So this is some nice symmetry. But you are here to see Tom Fell in Tom Fell is Tom Fell, the greatest comedian of his generation, looks back on his career, in a retrospective. And I am the director, and Tom did ask me to be in the show because I am transitioning to being an actor, and I am seeking representation if there do happen to be any agents. I'm kind of aging into my range, which is like middle-aged English professor at a small liberal arts school who's on the verge of or recovering from a nervous breakdown. Too much Beowulf? I don't know. The show will be about an hour long. There is no intermission. You know what? I was going to tell you more, but some of you may be familiar that in December 16th, 1903, the Iroquois Theater fire. Anybody know about that? Anybody ever heard the fire call song? No? Well, there was a terrible fire in a theater in Chicago, and from that point on, all theaters have been legally obligated to do a fire call before the show. Even if the theater owner doesn't want to do it, you're legally obligated to do it. So ladies and gentlemen, please be excited for Tom Fell after this brief fire call. Thank you.
Your attention, please. Welcome to Tom Fell is Tom Fell in Tom Fell. The greatest comedian of his generation looks back on his career, a retrospective. The show will begin in just a few short, fleeting moments. Please take this time to silence all your cell phones and vigorously post your hot takes to all social media outlets. In the event of a fire, the show will go on. So please take this time to record an efficient last will and testament and notify your next of kin. In the event of a nuclear strike, evacuation is futile. So prepare yourselves and reflect on the words of J. Robert Oppenheimer, creator of the atomic bomb.
He knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
During the creative process for the show, Mr. Fell underwent ACL surgery, in which a doctor placed a dead man's ligament in Tom's left knee in exchange for a festival pass to Austin city limits. Despite this unfortunate event, we can assure you Mr. Fell is physically sound enough to perform. Don't believe us? Listen to his doctor.
This is Dr. Gerlich, and as a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, you are medically cleared for comedic performance.
Additionally, Director Scott Goldstein would like to make a few statements.
You know, I've noticed I'm happiest when I do these type of shows. Each show is a unique entity in and of itself. You get to know the person, get to know what makes them tick, how they write, how to make them look good. It's a really enjoyable experience, but this is my final show. And I think it's very important that a director not be a part of the show.
The Jason Chin Cabaret Theater has been pressurized to 10,000 feet, so please do not open any doors mid-show. Should the theater become depressurized, oxygen masks are non-existent, so breathe conservatively. Now, Tom Fell is proud to present Tom Fell is Tom Fell in Tom Fell. The greatest comedian of his generation looks back on his career, a retrospective, as directed by Scott Goldstein.
This is the fire call song and it isn't very long. It's just to tell you how to come and go. In the event of fire, calmly move toward the door. But don't forget to say a prayer, but don't kneel on the floor. Make your way downstairs, don't poop your underwears. When you make your way outside, thank the Lord you didn't die. This is the fire call song, and now it's done.
Now sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for 1 hour of a white male comedian performing written material. May God have mercy upon your soul. The show will begin right now.
There's a port on a western bay that serves 100 ships a day. Well, I guess western is dependent on where you're coming from. Me, I was coming from the Mediterranean Sea. The year was 1978, and I was a first lieutenant in the United States Navy, stationed aboard the USS Moose Brother. She was a Spruance-class destroyer, 529 feet long with a top speed of 32.5 knots. She conducted anti-submarine warfare and amphibious support during the Cold War. Later, she made 2 tours of duty in Operation Desert Storm and Desert Shield before ultimately being scrapped in Brownsville, Texas in the new millennium. Oh, she was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. The only woman I had ever been with. That is, until Brandy. We were docked in her home port of Charleston, South Carolina. Me and other few enlisted men decided to throw a couple of feelers back at a local dive bar called the No Name Inn on East Bay Street. I made eye contact with her from across the bar and I knew it. She was beautiful. She made my heart go up and down like a yo-yo. She was the only thing more beautiful than my life, my love, and my lady. The sea. I walked up to her and instead of slinging whiskey and wine, she said she slung blood and urine. She was a nurse, which really turned me on. I was too shy to say much, so I wrote my number down on the back of a napkin and slid it over to her. 843-272-2222. Ah, yes, I can still remember that number like it was yesterday, because it was pretty much all twos. Well, except for an 8, a 4, a 3, and that pesky little 7 making its home there right in the middle. 843-272-2222. Anyway, she called, we courted, and a few years later in the winter of 1982, we were married. I can still remember the first night we made love. In and out, in and out. Hot dog, it was magical. Fast forward 7 years, and in the spring of 1989, we gave birth to our firstborn son and named him Tom, for no other reason other than that it was just a guy's name at the time. And that's an actual fact. A few years before then, we had a daughter as well, but that's not important, though. She's probably seated somewhere in the audience tonight. We gave him the last name of me and my father's father. But not my father's father's father, because somewhere along the genealogy train, things got mixed up, and I'm not exactly sure why. Yes, we gave him the last name that will make any name a sentence. Fell. We named him Tom Fell. Did you guys like that, huh? That was my father, Commander Bert Chitfell of the United States Navy. Well, I should be honest, that wasn't actually my father. That was me, actor Tom Fell, portraying my father. Oh, you know, every time I hear that song, Brandy, I can't help but think of how I was conceived. A sailor giving up his first love for his true love. You know, it's been a long time since I told my first joke, that first little nugget of truth. My mom always said that my first words were George Carlin's 7 dirty words you shouldn't say on television. That was a joke. My first word was Harold, though I won't be performing one for you tonight, even though we're at the home of long-form improvisation, the I.O. Theater. What I will be performing for you tonight is some of the greatest hits from my storied and critically acclaimed 5.5 years here in Chicago comedy. You know, it feels good to take a walk down memory lane. I always knew I wanted to become a famous comedian. I think I knew it for the first time when I was in 7th grade at Jackson Creek Middle School, when I was finally able to make my teachers and my friends laugh. You know, why don't we go ahead and read a little excerpt from my autobiography that I wrote when I was 14, called Apples in My Cherry Cobbler, shall we? It's a real thing. Here's the, had to do it when I was in 8th grade. This is from from a chapter called Mr. Fell, May I Please Have Your Autograph? Another dream I have is to make it big. I would like to become a comedian and actor once I grow older and have more experience. Many people say that only a few can make it in show business and that the chance of someone making it big are slim. I am going to be one of those few. My dream is to be on SNL or Saturday Night Live. SNL has opened the window for so many great comedians, and I hope that they can do the same for me. The upside to this kind of job is the fame and the riches. I hope to become wealthy and use it to help family members in need. I can also invest it in stocks, my IRA, and contribute some to charity. It is going to help me build my house and pay for my taxes and other leisurely activities. I think in about 10 to 20 years, I will still enjoy some of the things I do now. Things like exercising, playing video games, skill toys like my yo-yo and Diabolo, and of course, martial arts. I hope to get my black belt in Taekwondo in 2 years, being a brown belt already. If I'm going to live in a big city, I must know how to defend myself and others. You know, it was funny how even back then I knew I was going to grow up to become a famous comedian. And although I'm not on SNL right now, you know, my roommate is. So I pretty much made it. Yeah, pretty much did. You know, I still get emails from time to time from young comedians like I was back then, asking me for career advice and how to make it in comedy, which I always love. This past week I got an email from a young comedian named Holden, age 13. He wrote me and he said, Mr. Fell, I love your skits. They're so funny. But how do you make a skit funny? Well, first off, Holden, I'll go ahead and say it. It's called a sketch. Don't you ever call it a skit again. Second, it's a tough question, but I'll do my best. Would you ask a bird how it flies? Would you ask a fish how it swims? Would you ask a doctor how and why he knows you need surgery? Of course not. But I'll do my best to explain, Holden. My comedic process can be boiled down to 3 simple principles. Number 1, comedy is meant to be done at one volume. Loud. It's not what you say, it's how loud you say it. Especially if it lacks nuance. Always remember my golden rule. If something doesn't get a laugh, try saying it again, but a little louder. Which brings me to my next point, repetition. Having comedy, telling jokes is like drinking light beer. Just do it enough and it'll grow on you. If that doesn't work, you can always just try saying the same thing over again, you know? Comedy is like getting used to shitty beer. Just do it enough and it'll grow on you. Finally, if neither of those work, you can always try going blue. Now, for those of you uninitiated, that's an industry term that we use when we're describing saying something vulgar, like cock, or pussy, or clitoris, or hey, Deborah, I'm gonna need you to sit on my face tonight and let me eat slop like the dirty piggy that I am. You know, like a good actor, why don't I just stop telling you and start showing you, huh? Why don't we go ahead and take a look at some of the stand-up that made me so famous here in Chicago, shall we? Hey everybody, we're still doing good! Woo! Man, it's good to be back. Give it up for all the comics you've seen tonight. Been a real murderer's row out there so far. My name's Tom Fell, as you all know. When people hear my name, they say, Tom Fell. That's just 2 syllables. Is that your real name? Is that short for something? And I say, well, you got me. It is short for my full name. You see, my full name is Thomas Otto Fellatio, because I'm always sucking my own dick. Woo! Come on now. I got a day job. Who's got a day job out there? Yeah. I hate my day job, man. Sucks. Boss is always breathing down my neck, being like, hey, Tom, did you import those files I sent you? You're going to need them for that big presentation later this evening. I'm like, boss, import those files. You know I only want to import one thing, and that's my dick into my own mouth, because I'm always sucking my own dick. Woo! Come on now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I went to the doctor for the first time in 6 years. Doctor told me I got a vitamin D deficiency. Told me my nails and my hair was brittle. I said, excuse me, doctor? You don't know who you're talking to, do ya? I get plenty of vitamin D. Vitamin D's nuts in my mouth from sucking my own dick. Come on now. What? What the hell's going on? Scott, what the fuck are you doing, man?
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing all my best material, man. This is what made me famous. I'm a writer for Cards Against Humanity. People want to see me do raunchy comedy.
Well, these people wanted to see improvised Shakespeare but couldn't get in. They don't want to see the love child of Andrew Dice Clay and Michael Cera talking about sucking his own dick.
Man, this is what we rehearsed. You weren't at any of the rehearsals, just me and Janella.
You didn't hire me for my attendance. You hired me for my vision. Okay?
I hired you because you were supposed to have connections, man. That's the only reason why anyone hires you in this city. You're supposed to bring gatekeepers to make me more famous than I already am.
Tom, you're not famous, okay? Your roommate is semi-famous, but you're not famous. If knowing famous people made you famous, I'd be Gregory fucking Peck.
Hey, but what about my KFC commercial, huh?
One-hit wonder, just like that song, Brandy. Janella, stop playing that song. I don't like that song. You know what? That Steve guy from Stranger Things, he's the real star of that commercial.
Don't talk shit about fucking Brandy, man.
You know, I'm worried about you, okay? I don't know where your truth is right now, okay? You're free-falling right now. You're headed for a breakdown, okay? You gotta learn how to fly, but right now you ain't got wings.
What is none of
Like an American girl, don't back down.
None of this makes any sense. I don't understand the context to any of what you just said.
Artistic words are sometimes vague and seem like they don't mean anything at all when they really do. Like, character is a thin veil you place over your own face. Yes and find your truth.
What? Who said that?
I did. Just now.
But you can't just walk out on my show, man. You're the director. Fuck you, dude.
Fuck. You know, Tom, said no. Okay? Don't say things that you're going to regret.
Where are you going?
I'm going down to the bar where the real comedy happens. Good luck. Find your truth.
I'm sorry, guys.
He's right, Tom. You're nothing. You might as well just pork your way into a 2-kid family and a stable job. You're just up here sucking your own dick. Like some sort of sick Ouroboros trying to make anything out of the few funny bits you have in a solo show that you let director Scott Goldstein write himself into. Pushover. You hate solo shows anyway. Yeah, you're starting to hate the idea of writing in your own inner monologue? Just get real meta. I'm sure the audience would love to hear more about dramatic devices. Oh, holy shit. I'm talking about me. This is me talking. Oh no.
What am I doing? I am a joke. Spend all day writing about kids' clothes, and at night I just think of new ways to say pussy and dick for a game that hasn't been relevant since 2014. Wish it was back in 2015, you know? Back when comedy was pure. Back when my sketch team, the Newport Hounds, were at their heyday. Now Luke's on SNL and I'm just stuck here with a dead guy's ACL. Just stagnating here in Chicago, performing some sort of comedic swan song in the hopes that some big bad Papa Gatekeeper is gonna show up and take me away to Los Hollywood City, New York. Those fuckers never even show. Just like my deadbeat sailor of a dad. I didn't even like the song Brandy to begin with. Scott's right. I am a one-hit wonder, just like that stupid song. He told me to show all you guys my truth, but I don't know what that is. I mean, all I've got is a bunch of dumb bits in my KFC commercial. I guess all that's left is to just show you guys who I really am. An amateur comedian on the fringes of the entertainment business.
Here it is, back with a vengeance. KFC Double Down Sandwich. 2 pieces of KFC chicken. 2 sizzling strips of bacon. 2 pieces of cheese, a Colonel sauce.
Guys, who do you think would win in a fight? This sandwich or,
This sandwich.
Okay.
My sister ate it, she turned into a boy. This sandwich wanted to kiss my girlfriend, I let it. I could eat this all day, every day.
It's a limited time thing.
No! No! No!
Good day, congregation. Everyone open up your God books to Matthew chapter 26, verse 27. Today we're talking about the last hurrah. Christ and his mates are seated around the table, having some grub. Christ grabs a piece of his Vegemite, turns to his mate Pedo, says, "Oi, Pedo, have at it, it's me." Peter says, "Oh, I don't know, Christ." Christ says, "Oi, Peter, come on now, have at it, it's me." Peter says, "Oh, yes, it's pretty good, pretty good." So Christ grabs some of his Fosters, turns to his Sheila Mary, says, "Oi, Mary, have at it, it's me." She says, "Oh, Christ, I don't know. He says, "Come on, Mary, have a go now. At it, it's me." She says, "Oh, yes, it's pretty good, pretty good. But what do you make of all of it?" He says, "All right. I reckon I'm going away for a while." They say, "Ah, yeah." He says, "Yeah, gonna be crucified." They say, "Oh, That's not good. He says, yeah, reckon it's gonna hurt a wee bit. They say, oh yeah, reckon it will too. He says, oh yeah, but don't you worry, I'll be back. And they say, oh yeah, it's just like you, Christ, you cheeky bugger. He says, when I'm gone, do this again, say cheers to me. They say, oh yeah, we will. Meanwhile, old Judo's in the corner saying, oh, I'm gonna get you, Christ. And that's the last hurrah. Now everyone bow their heads as we say the Lord's Prayer. Our big dad, who lives upstairs. Cheers to you, mate. Do it how you want. We want it just how you do. Downstairs as it is upstairs. Give us this day our bloomin' onion. And forgive us our whoopsie daisies. As we forgive those buggers who whoopsie daisy against us. Don't let us have too much fun. And keep us from the Kiwis. But you're a good dad, and you're strong, and you made sex feel real nice and warm and wet like the water. Till the heat runs out of the outback, g'day. Everybody, my name is Lieutenant James Ltteo, and I'm here to talk to you today about overcoming adversity and bullying. Now, I'll go ahead and be very honest. They normally book me at elementary school, so this is my first juvenile detention center. But I think that you'll realize we have a lot more in common than you'd think. You see, when I was your age, I was a prisoner too. Instead of my bars being made of steel, mine were made of fear and self-doubt. And instead of being bullied because of my gang affiliation, I was bullied because of my stutter. But I think that you'll understand that I know that life has its ups and downs, like this yo-yo. You see, when I was being bullied, I felt so bad. All I wanted to do was stay inside and sleep. You couldn't even catch me outside walking the dog. Which was so sad because deep down in my heart, I just wanted to get out and travel around the world. That's when I finally got the confidence to talk to an adult. And I talked to my guidance counselor who gave me the self-esteem I needed to confront my bully and rock the cradle. I remember the day I had to confront him. I was so scared. My stomach was doing barrel rolls. My bully was so much bigger than me. Plus, he had a tattoo of a Confederate flag. I walked straight up to him and I said, "Hey, Carl, I'm not gonna take this anymore. Quit bullying me." And guys, I'll be honest, he beat the tar out of me. He beat me up so bad, I had to go to the hospital where they said I suffered a brain twister, or what they called a concussion. From then on out, I knew I was walking a real tightrope with my bully. And then I only had one option, and that was to go to the police. Well, guys, the police came, and they put my bully in steel handcuffs. Then they took him away to prison and put him in lockup. Thank you. It was from then on that I knew that police were superheroes. Whoops. There we go. Whoa, hey, buddy. Oh, crap. Oh, that's a shiv. Oh, hey, don't make Lieutenant Yo get out his 6-shooter, huh? All right, now back away, son. Oh, it looks like it's time for Lieutenant Yo to get in his flying saucer. Woo, and fly out of here. Hey, thank you, guys. Mama, I'm getting the hell out of Arkansas. Little Rock is full of infidels anyway. Yeah, that's right, Mama. I've been on YouTube all day watching ISIS recruitment videos. And I'm going all radical Islam on your ass. Yeah, Mama, I'm gonna move to the sticks, play with guns all day, shoot off fireworks, and mess around with IEDs. Yeah, screw the Wild West. I wanna move to the Wild East. Yeah, Mama, I'm a Sunni now. As in, Sunni's gonna be gone, and you're gonna regret not buying me that fucking John boat I always wanted. Yeah, Mama, ISIS is gonna take care of me. They're gonna give me the loan I need to buy a boat. Interest-free, Mama. Interest-free. You know it's against their religion to charge interest on a loan? Because it is. That's a real fact, Mama. Yeah, I'm a follower of Sharia law now, Ma. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you're anyone who's not Allah, the one true God, or Muhammad, who is his prophet? That don't impress me much. Why are you crying, Mama? You knew I was bound to become a domestic terrorist anyway. Young white guys like me are becoming everything these days. Shooters, abusers, president, everything. If you don't give us some sort of purpose, we're bound to log onto the internet, take that red pill, and do something real bad. Hey, speaking of the internet, you can tell Daddy he can have my Brazzers account, because I ain't interested in porn no more. Yeah, ISIS tells me they got 72 virgins for me in heaven. And Brazzers only has 36 virgin videos on their site, and I've seen them all already. Good riddance, all y'all Akbar. Had a good-looking mama who never was around, but she grew up tall, she grew up right, with them Indiana boys on them Indiana nights, 'cause it's last dance with Mary Jane, one more chance to kill the pain, and I feel the summer creeping in, 'cause I'm tired of this town again. Yo, everybody give a warm round of applause to your 2017 Coles Conference keynote speaker, Mr. Kevin Mancell! Come on! Let's go now! Yo, what's up? My name's Kevin Mancell, KIC of Coles. By the way, that stands for Killer in Charge. We've been selling the same shirts and shit for 20 plus years, and it's time to get all up in the guts of the retail industry and cause some major disruption in 2018. Now the biggest flip of the script, other than my huff and paint habit, is our rejection of the traditional world calendar and adoption of the new colander. Yeah, that's right, y'all guessed it. That's a completely new sick-ass Coles calendar. Woo! We blitzkrieged that Gregorian shit pretty hard and added another 5 months and 140 days, because not even the sun tells us how to hustle our money. Now get ready, because the first month is Flanalingus. All Men's Flannel is buy one, get one 50% off for the entire month long, which, by the way, spans 139 days. Some of these patterns are pretty trill, and I know that for a fact because I saw them in a dream, tattooed on a demon's back. Woo! The next 4 months are all holiday months, dedicated to Bedlam, the sheet god we made up to peddle our 400 thread count Egyptian cotton sheets. As an added bonus, all the model beds will be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so all you junkies can have a place to crash when you're tweaking out. As an added bonus, you'll be able to personally rent my clothes, so you know what it's like to be the major KIC of a retail ship like Kohl's. But I will warn you, everyone who took part in the pilot program had to quit because they were having too much raw-ass sex. Woo! Now, I don't want to spoil too much of the colander for you, because you might start vomiting and speaking in unknown languages. But I know what you're thinking. Yeah, we still got our Kohl's Cash program, except now it's called Blood Money. And we still got our Kohl's credit card, except now it's got a $200,000 limit. Can I get a Kohl's, yeah? Kohl's, yeah! Woo! Woo! Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Captain Chance Dice, and I'm a certified U.S. Dice Master. I'm also a hardworking American. Coincidence? I think not. Now a lot of people will tell you what you're about to see tonight is magic, but I can assure you it is absolutely not magic. What you're about to see tonight is a result of hard work, perseverance, and most of all, American pride. I've spent hundreds of thousands of minutes, hours, years perfecting the art of rolling dice. And tonight, I'm excited to perform my biggest feat yet. I'm going to roll all 100 of these dice on the same number in just one roll. That's right. Now, if I was from another country, I might try and roll them on a 1, or a 2, or maybe a crappy number like a 3. But I'm an American. I go big or I go home. So I'm going to roll all 100 of these dice right here on the number 6 in just one roll. Because when you work hard and you're an American, you can do anything you set your mind to, am I right? Yeah. Now a lot of people might be thinking, now Dr. Captain Chance Dice, that sounds impossible. But you know what Dr. Captain Chance Dice says to people when they tell him his dreams are impossible? I like those odds, huh? All right, who wants to see me take a chance, everybody? All right, let's get a chant going. Take a chance. 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 There's a 6 in 6. Fuck! No! No! Son of a bitch! God! God, what was that? Come on! Fuck! God! What was I thinking? God! Where did I go wrong? I was so stupid to think I could ever roll 100 dice on the number 6 in this one roll. My dreams are shit. I miss you so much. All right, everybody, please welcome your headlining comedian for the evening, Mr. Tom Fell. Woo! Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be headlining tonight. My name is Tom Fell. Before I get started, let's hear it for all the other comedians you've seen tonight, huh? That's great. A real murderer's row out there tonight, huh? Real murderer's row. Like I said, my name is Tom. I am the world's only tank-based comedian. I'm gonna be doing some tank comedy for you guys tonight. We got any tank fans in the house? Let me hear ya. All right, y'all made a good choice. This is gonna be right up your alley, I promise. All y'all not tank fans, y'all are really gonna learn a thing or two tonight, I promise that. Now, before I get started, I do wanna say, if anyone has a little tankette with them, you wanna muffle their little barrels, because I'm about to get into some real adult tank shit tonight. Oh man, that's a real thing, y'all. A tankette is just a really tiny tank, made for like one person. Yo! Y'all ever been walking down the street and y'all see a booty so fine, it's got your head turning like the gun turret on an M4 Sherman? I'm talking. Oh man, y'all. That was a major development on modern tanks. The first fully traversing gun turret on a tank ever. Y'all know the difference between a light tank and a heavy tank? The heavy tank got married and gave up. But for real, y'all, it's their tactile mobility and strategic objectives in war. Got a pretty crazy political climate out there. You got Trump voters on one side and everybody else on the other side. People say the only way that we're going to move forward as a society is to build a bridge to make progress. Build a bridge? Buddy, what do you think I look like? An M60A1 AVLB? These people are crazy. What's even crazier, y'all, is that's a real thing. AVLB stands for Armored Vehicle Launched Bridge. Tank pulls up to a river and just deploys a bridge out of a tank. And people just cross over it, building a bridge and getting over it. That's what I'm talking about. Man, it's 2017, y'all, but there's just a fundamental difference between male and female tanks. It's true. It's true. I'll say it. I mean, you got these female tanks crawling across the battlefield with their 3 to 5 machine guns, but they're missing their QF 6-pounder Hotchkiss naval gun. I mean, ladies, where the hell are y'all going without your QF 6-pounder Hotchkiss naval gun? I don't believe it. I mean, sure. On most World War I battlefields, those 3 to 5 machine guns are going to be an advantage. I'll give you that. But when it comes down to the Second Battle of Villers-Bretonneux, you're going to want a QF 6-pounder Hotchkiss naval gun. Fellas know, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. I can see his QF 6-pounder all the way from here. For real, y'all, that was a big development in the modern tank era. Really ushered in a new era of tank warfare, the Second Battle of Villers-Bretonneux. Man, y'all, that's been my time. Thank y'all very much. Y'all been great. Always remember, war is the answer. War is the answer. Thank you. She was an American girl raised on promises. She couldn't help thinking there's a little more to life somewhere else. After all, it was a great big world, lots of places to run to. And if she had to die trying, there was one promise she was gonna keep. Everybody now. Ooh yeah, alright. Come on, y'all know this one. Take it easy, baby. Make it last all night. She was an American girl. My problem with porn is that it starts too far before the part we all want to see. The penetration. Everyone knows that a good story starts in medias res, which is why my erotic fiction starts at the penetration and goes from there. Here's an excerpt from my book, Sex in a Bed, Having Sex, by me, Sly McCaver. In and out. In and out. Whoa, whoa. My penis is going in and out. Look at that woman who I happen to be having sex with. Hot dog. Inside her vagina feels wet. It feels like a slip and slide, but with my penis instead of my body. Ooh, ooh. I can feel the tension building inside my penis. She is saying, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah. Keep in and outing me. My penis is an indecisive car going into a parking garage and coming back out again. The woman I am sexing has 2 nipples and nice eyes and fleshy internal genitalia that make having sex enjoyable. Whoa, whoa. All this sex is about to make me come. Yes, there it is. The cum exiting my penis like automatic toothpaste. Hot dog, I am coming. Yes, I am finished. Okay, ready to pull out now. Oh, wowie, nap time. I thank the woman and go to sleep. You can buy my book, Sex in a Bed, Having Sex, by me, Sly McCavern, for the low price of free. Come find me. I'll be the guy down at the docks trying to catch stingrays. Hello, everybody. My name is Admiral Diabolo. And oh, I've got a naughty show for you tonight. Now, I want to go ahead and say before I get started, they normally book me for bachelorette parties and at women's prisons, okay? This is my first elementary school, but I'm going to try my best. What I have here is a little friend I'd like to introduce to y'all. Her name is the Diabolo, and let's get her revved up, shall we? Oh, yeah. Oh, she's a real naughty gal, so we got to whip her. Oh, yeah. We gotta whip her into shape because she's going on a journey. She's going on the elevator to hell. Woo! Now, kids, I know you're just starting out in life, but I think you'll come to realize, like Admiral Diabolo, that life can be a real grind. Woo! There we go. Sometimes it's such a grind that your life just hits rock bottom. Woo! Yeah, there we go. And sometimes you just gotta pick yourself back up with a little bit of snow and the razor's edge. There we go. Woo! Woo! Oh yeah. She's naughty. Come on. Or if that doesn't work, you can always try praying for a little black magic. Woo! Oh! Sometimes the black magic doesn't work. Because you did it a little too many times before the show. So of course you just get used to it. with a little black magic. Oh! All right. You know, another thing that Admiral Diabolo says is never give up, kids. So he's going to keep trying. Because this really isn't that... Wow. Y'all are a supportive audience. Thank you very much for a bunch of kids. There we go. Wow. Admiral Diabolo's really still got it. Woo. Now I know y'all's teachers may look nice during the day, but I know at night they like to show a little leg. There we go. Woo. Now, that is the hardest trick that Admiral Diabolo is going to do all night. Because he just had surgery. And that's very scary. There are going to be tricks that look harder, but that is by far the scariest for Admiral Diabolo. It's very tough. Very tough to balance. All right, we got to give her some extra energy because we're going deeper into hell to the 7th circle, where if you look, you'll see the Tower of Power. Woo! All right. Oh, real quick, it looks like we got a little knot in the string. Of course, this would happen to Admiral Diabolo. Oh yeah, of course this would happen to him. The one time, God, everything goes perfect. Except for the one time. Oh, this looks like a knot that is very, oh, that's a real tough one. Oh, but hey, look, Admiral Diablo got it! Wow! Wow, just enough time to rest up. And we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it when we go for the final trick. The big one. We're going down to the 9th circle of hell. Oh yeah. Down to see Judas in the 9th circle for the guillotine. Oh, come on! One more, let's get one more for Admiral Diablo. Wow! Out in this van, Admiral Diabolo was doing great. All right, the guillotine. Woo! There we go! Hell yeah! Alright kids, that's Admiral Diablo's show. And teachers too! Alright, teachers too! Teachers, if you want to catch Admiral Diablo, I'll be outside in the parking lot smoking cigarettes, playing with my big ass yo-yo. Because honestly, when Professor Upchurch assigned this to us, I was like, this is kind of just an elective for me, dude, and this seems like a lot of work to throw on a 13th grader, you know? But then my boy Rousseau hooked me up with this 6 strain of sativa, and I actually ended up chilling at the Art Institute of Chicago for like 6 hours one day. And I started like looking at these pieces of art, and I was like, man, some of what these old guys drew was like really cool. And they did it with just their hands. And then like the sativa like really started working, and I was like, whoa, like these guys, like, back then, they were creating the same kind of content that we're creating today. You know, like paintings were just like memes of the old days, you know? So I was like, that's what I'll do for my art history final. I'll take some of my favorite paintings and meme them so maybe my guys and gals in 2017 can enjoy them as much as I did. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of them, shall we? All right, first up, we have The Scream by Edward Munch. Becomes that feeling when you see that ass clap. Yeah, we've all been there in the club. Good feeling. Next up, we have number 5, 1948 by Jackson Pollock. Becomes When you get Taco Bell at 4 a.m. and you wake up Sunday morning. Well, I've seen a lot of those colors, pretty much every single one of them. But it feels great when you're done. Next up is a real famous one, the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. When you're having a bad day, but you see a pair of twins, man. I love twins, dude. They're like God's candy, man. Guys or girls, I don't discriminate. I just love twins. All right, next up for the ladies, you got Jack in the Pulpit by Georgia O'Keeffe. The last thing you see before taking her to Pleasure Town. Oh, yeah. So guys, pro tip, if you see those colors, run! Get out of there! It's not worth your mouth, dude. All right, next up, for my working friends out there, we got The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. All hands meeting Friday at 4 p.m. Yeah, slow clocks. Time moves slow. No fun. All right, next up we got Christina's World by Andrew Wyeth. Looking back at 2015 like, man, things were so much better back then. Come back, Obama. I know y'all probably didn't have me pegged as that type of dude, but I am. All right, next up we got American Gothic by Grant Wood. I signed this up for a pottery class. Me. I only like one kind of pot, dude. All right, next up is a little graphic, but it's Saturn devouring his son by Goya. When y'all doing paleo and she catches you eating carbs. Ancient grains, babe, I swear! Next up, we got Washington Crossing the Delaware by George Caleb Bingham. When you finally rally the squad and lead the pregame, dog. Yeah, some of y'all were there earlier tonight, and I appreciate y'all coming out. Next up, we got The Old Guitarist by Pablo Picasso. When you're jamming and they want to hear a wagon wheel. Come on. Great song, but I can play so many others other than Wagon Wheel. Let's get something else. All right. Finally, this one's pretty fresh. We got The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. When you're at Thanksgiving dinner and your uncle says all lives matter. Pretty divisive. There's old Uncle Christ. Ruining his last hurrah like he does always, you know? Jeez. Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all dug all those paintings I made for you guys. In all seriousness, if you ever want to go to the Orange Institute, I got a student membership, so you can hop on with me. I get like one free guest every single time. And if you want that 6th grade sativa, hit me up after class and I'll hook you up with my boy, Russo. Well, I won't back down, won't back down, no, won't back down, won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down, no, won't back down, won't back down. The Bloomington High School South men's locker room. Why it was called men's, I don't know, because it was always filled with little boys. The year was 2003, and I was mandated by the state of Indiana to take a physical education class with my peers. We were just about to start our 3 weeks on swimming, the only sport where the goal is just to survive. Fitting, since we were all swimming, just trying to survive our adolescence. I was 6 feet tall and 222 pounds. Not a bad build for a professional running back, but I was a 14-year-old boy. Hut, hut, hike! I carried most of my weight in my belly, or so I thought until I took my shirt off in front of the other teenage boys, angular, bony, and flat. My friend Evan Childers took one look at me and said, "Wow, look at the tits on Tom." Yes, Tom's tits. Come one and come all, and come gaze upon the fat, bloated tits of the boy wonder. I stood there, petrified like the corpse of Buffalo Bill Cody, looking up, robbed of the tiny shred of masculinity I had built up during my brief stint in puberty. Sure, I knew I wasn't chiseled, but I'd never been taught to loathe my body. After all, I had never had to seduce anyone or anything, well, except for my right hand, but that was an easy target. My classmates came from far and wide across the locker room to gaze upon the fun bags drooping from my chest, like moths gathering around a flame, like hyenas surrounding carrion, like teenage boys surrounding a fat little piggy with tits bigger than a girl's. It was at that moment that I knew it, that I had man boobs. Not just boobs, man boobs, conquerors, bitch tits. Little did I know that would ignite 10 plus years worth of loathing and self-hatred anytime I took my shirt off. A decade's worth of doing whatever I could to get rid of them. Exercise, sports, bench press, anything. And as I stood there in front of Evan and Chad and Jordan and David and Craig and Jake, Evan reached forth with his hand, cupped it for the dreaded bean dip. Yes, the bean dip that scoops her titty towards the sky and makes it jiggle, dancing like a Spanish whore for the hombres gazing through the peephole. The bean dip that dehumanizes me, causes a visceral gut drop response to my soft, supple nipples being molested by another's grasp. The whole room of boys cackling at the fact that God punishes sinners like me with a soft belly and buxom breasts. And as I stood there, burning in my fat hell, I heard the whistle of Coach Winters announcing that it was time for swimming. The entire classroom of boys filing out, leaving me in the locker room alone, by myself, my titty jiggling on towards infinity. Igniting my insecurities, my illustrious comedy career, my obsession with exercise, and my identification as a tit man. Always hoping to find a woman with big enough breasts that might just make mine look like normal again. If tomorrow all my friends were killed by my rival's knife, and I had to start again with just my white belt and my life, I'd thank my throwing stars to be punching time away, because my hands and feet are lethal, and I keep bad guys away. 'Cause I'm proud to be a karate man when I'm dressed up in my gi. And I won't forget the men who died, who got roundhouse kicked by me. And I'll gladly key up next to you and defend my school today. Because there ain't no doubt I love martial arts. God bless karate. Knife hangs, ox jump, leopard's pump, single knife hang, front kick. From the forms of Taekwondo to the footwork of Tai Chi, across the throes of Judo, from sea to South China Sea, from Muay Thai down to Kung Fu, and Shanghai to Taipei. Well, there's pride in every karate man's heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be a karate man. In the dojo I am free, and I won't forget to slay the men who killed my family. And I'll gladly key up next to you, and I'll get revenge one day. Because there ain't no doubt they'll fear my name. God bless karate. 'Cause I'm proud to be a karate man when I'm dressed up in my gi. And I won't forget the men who died, who got roundhouse kicked by me. And I'll gladly key up next to you and defend my school today. Because there ain't no doubt I love martial arts. God bless the karate. Show. I was just getting a fucking great standing O. Got a lot of nerve showing up here, you old man.
Oh, hey, I'm not even 44 yet. I think I could play 30 to 35. I mean, if there's anybody out here casting. But I did you a big favor. You know those poke bowls I like? Well, the edible kicked in, so I walked over, I got a poke bowl, and I ran into an old friend of mine who happens to be a real-life Hollywood gatekeeper.
What?
Yep.
No
Here
way.
you go.
It's me.
What?
The mayor of Los Hollywood City, New York.
Whoa!
Yes.
The mayor of Los Hollywood City, New York. Oh my God.
Yes,
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I was walking around, passing by the photos of Ike Barinholtz, and I heard all the laughter coming from this room, so I had to see what the fuss was all about.
Well, did you see any of my show? Did you like it?
Absolutely not. But I do have a business card for you if you ever need anything. It looks suspiciously like the high school photo of Stephen Colbert writer John Thibodeau.
Oh, wow! Wow, it's from 2002. It looks exactly
That's the year
like
I got
this.
married.
Yeah, wow.
It's a good year in Los Hollywood City, New York.
Wow, yeah, this is a wonderful business card. Thank you so much. It doesn't have a number or anything. I just go to Prestige Photo.
That's right. We could use your tall white male perspective in Los Hollywood City, New York. So
Oh, really?
next
Wow.
time you're in town, let me know.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for coming by.
If you'll excuse me, I gotta go celebrate the rest of the Honda days with my family. Merry Pitchmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas!